Hey guys, welcome back again. Today, I'm going to get a guide coat put on this primer, start block sanding it, because I do have a few problem areas, maybe 2 or 3. And instead of trying to get the camera and show you, I don't know if it'll pick it up with this dull primer. So, get the guide coat on, block sand it, be able to be easier to show you guys what I'm dealing with. And once that's done, like I said last time, I did run out of 2K. I want to coat everything with a good coat of 2K. Inside the bed rails, I didn't finish sanding them. I was trying to really take care of my rust problem, so I got to get these things primed. Front of the bed, I still got to sand it better, get it primed, and then the tailgate sitting over there against the wall. So that's going to be the main focus. So I'm going to quit talking. I'm going to get at it. Never done guide coat before, but I think that's how you do it. I don't know if you guys remember way back whenever I did the core support, this was the paint I had, and I said it is the worst paint I've ever used. It comes out real splotchy. Works out great for a guide coat, so yeah, happy with that. Let's let that dry and sand it up. Just a giant pain in my butt. This paint I put on here is just not drying. It is still tacky. You can see me smearing it there. Just tacky to the touch, and it's been like a solid hour, I'd say. Enough time I got bored and cleaned my workbench off. Haven't seen that thing in a while. So I guess now I'll just have to crawl underneath and start wire welling. So I don't know how much you guys will be able to see, but that's what I'm gonna do. Alrighty, did not wire wheel at all, but I am ready to start blocking. Got my guide coat all dried up, so let's see what we can do with it. Well, how about that? That ain't too bad. Got this side sanded down. I never used guide coat on the cabin stuff because I don't know if it was arrogance and I thought I was just too good to need it. But man, guide coat makes a big difference. I'm finding out up here, I got some areas, just little bitty divots that I got some guide coat in. Nothing bad. There's another good one right there. I'm going to touch them up with just a hair bit of glazing putty. But my main problem area was back here where you can see that Bondo coming through. This whole body line has a nice swoop in it. Up here was real nice, but as you got back here, there was like a line running through. I mean, a real hard line, did not look good. I started taking that down. I'm getting it better, but the guide coat showed me I do have a low spot right in here. I got a high here. That's all low, and it works up into right there. So this is all going to get a nice little coat of glazing putty, which is going to take care of my hard line right here. This all sanded out. It's very nice. So I just got to work on that. Got one more little low spot there where I'd done some work. I mean, just very, very little. And then I found a new dent, which is pretty neat. I didn't find the one on my driver's side front fender till I went to paint it. So Glad I found that one. Very shallow, just gonna take a little bit, so not bad. This side is pretty much on its way. So one little coat, one little sanding, prime it. This side's gonna be ready to go. It does amaze me how much this primer shows. Like right here, this paint where I didn't feather it, man, it just looks horrible. And a guy will never see any of that, but I don't like it. So I will touch all this up. I'm gonna go back and sand all that because they didn't sand it properly before. The red paint didn't adhere. It was popping off like crazy. So I'm gonna try to get it a little bit better than what they had it. And also I'm gonna take an opportunity. All that area I'm gonna paint black, and I'm gonna paint it with tractor paint. Just see what I can do with it. You'll never see it, but I'm gonna try gloss black, paint it myself, see how that turns out. Just kind of curious, wanting to play with it. And then I got one more side to sand. Not gonna show you guys me blocking that side out because sucks for me as much as it sucks for you guys watching me. So next thing, probably go ahead and smear just a little bit of filler on that. Get to sanding on the other side, and I got to pick up some more primer, so a lot of stuff to do, so I'm going to keep going at it. Well, guys, it's actually the next day, and before we get to sanding on that, we're going to take a little detour, because what I got going on over here is I've had a fun little project that I worked on before I started this truck, and I never got to finish it. So I got some parts that came in, I got more parts coming in, and then this is the last piece of the puzzle. Here I got a Mikuni carburetor, flat slide. If anybody wants to take a guess in the comments what it came off of, have at it. But I got to pull that carburetor apart. I got the information wrote down because what had actually happened is this came off of a bike that was not mine. I had a bike that was the same. I swapped my carburetor onto this other bike to see if that was a problem, and it was. It ran great. So I inherited this. The other bike ended up getting sold going down the road. So I got this carburetor here. I got all the information wrote down for what came out of my carburetor. But the problem I think this thing had is the slide. I think especially this way you can see a lot of wear on it and stuff. And the main thing I want to do today is tear that down. I want to make sure the pilot, the main, needle, everything's fine. Look at the slide. I know it's already trashed, but I want to make sure this body isn't worn out. That way I can get parts coming from this. And then, like I said, we're going to hit that truck bed hard, get it painted, and then it's probably going to sit for a little bit. I'm going to get the bed put on the truck, probably get the bottom undercoated, get it put on the truck, and then I'm going to stop. I'm going to put all these parts on another project, get it going. Got a few more little projects that I need to, knock out. And once them are all tied up, then I'm going to hop back on the truck and get it finished up. So it's going to get close, but we are going to have to break away and work on a little bit of other things. So here we go, I'm going to get started. I'm starting to make some progress on this carburetor, and what I think I'm going to need is just a complete carb kit, or if it costs too much, I think I'll just buy a used carburetor off a running bike. That's what I originally did with this bike. It had a Chinese carburetor. I was trying to jet it, was trying to change slides out to get my mid-range right. I ended up scoring up the motor cylinder. That's why I got a cylinder over here in the box. So I did find some things wrong. This slide, you can tell that they've really worked on it here, either with a file or sandpaper. There's scratches all in it. And I know I've heard of people filing this down, which will let that sit down farther in the body and lean out mid-range. So I don't really know why you would start working on that. And plus, this is a 5.5, and turn it around so you can see it. A 5.5. These bikes came with the 5.0 stock. The needle's been changed. It's not stock. The main jet's on point, pilot jet's on point. The needle, it's got a little bit of wear in it. Float seems okay. Float bowl gasket's missing. They had silicone on it. And then the throat of the carburetor, I did find where they've hit it right there. And the camera won't pick it up, but it's got a little hairline crack there, which I don't think would hurt because your boot seals. But moral of the story is I'm going to price buying a new slide. new needle, kit, gaskets. And if it's that much, I'm just going to buy another used carburetor off a running bike that you know is good, runs good, and put it on there, and I shouldn't have no problems. Because the slides in here, on the side where this slide runs up and down, they've got some wear too, and there's 2 Torx. I do think they're replaceable. But by the time you start getting in and replacing all that stuff, I don't know if it's going to be worth it. And I know this carburetor did not run well, which may be due to the slide and the stuff that's off. But now I know what I got. I can start pricing and figure out what I need to order. So I'm going to throw a towel over this and get back to sanding on the truck. Well guys, I am all over the place, but here we go again with another bodywork video. I got a dent up there, I got it scuffed. I told you guys that before, the guide coat caught it. Very shallow, just going to take a little bit. This line up here, I sanded, which got it better, but I still need to be able to round that a little bit more. I'm going to add filler right through there, which should help my problem out, kind of fill that up over into there. You can also see that it's high there, so that's going to help roll that high right into there. So that's what that needs, no big deal. 2 little spots on this side, everything's been block sanded. Hop over here to the passenger side, got it all the way block sanded. Had a little spot there where the primer didn't adhere very well, so I DA'd it back down where it started to feather again. 1 little dent down there, very, very little. Guide coat caught it. And then back here, where I had done some work, that wasn't quite feathered. I was getting a low spot right there. I'm going to bring that filler out just a little bit more, take care of that. And then right here on my weld seam is just a little bit low. I'm going to build that up. So that's where we're going to be at. So that'll be pretty cool. Something else pretty cool is in this video, I showed you the carburetor. We're going to flash forward to the future. Carburetor's on bike. Bike runs good. Hopefully you guys get to see some footage of that thing in the next video. We'll see. But right now, I'm going to get to putting some body filler on. Good news, everything is sanded up, looking pretty good. That spot's done, all the other sides done. That spot would have been done, but last night I thought, I'm gonna check this, rubbed my hand down it, thought, boy, that feels nice. Rubbed it a little bit harder, seeing how my body line was, and wrinkled the filler. It was not quite dry yet, so I sanded it, had some wrinkles in there, had to touch them up, had a few just little nicks, little air pockets there. So that's the last bit of Bondo on this bed, so that's pretty sweet. Now I've got this tailgate started over here and going through multiple layers of paint. I mean, there is a bunch. I don't know what this blue is. I don't know if that was the original blue or what it is. That stuff's hard. The other 20 layers of paint is coming off pretty easy, actually. So I'm going to get it down. I might leave that blue just because it's coming off so hard. I got a little bit of rust there I got to fix. Not really fix, just put some converter on. But yeah, I'm going to keep trying to get this thing stripped down while I'm letting that dry up. Got the fuel doors over there sanded, so just trying to get everything in line so we can get this sucker painted. So let's keep on going with it. Would anybody have guessed it that I have DA'd almost this whole tailgate and I have not found a bit of Bondo in it? Super surprised. It will have Bondo in it because I am going to fill these holes in. Should be 4 up down through there for the trim. We'll get them filled in, but as of right now, no Bondo, nothing hiding. You can see here, No scuffing at all. They did just paint this red right over that black. One reason why I wanted to take it all the way down to bare metal. But anyway, yeah, just quick little update. I'm going to keep on going at it. Alrighty guys, next day. Let's get this thing going. I'm going to get all these bikes out of here today, do a little bit of cleaning. I got just a little bit of touch-up sanding to do and get this thing primered this morning because I really want to get that thing drying. That way I can start blocking it. And while it's drying, I can always work on the tailgate, work on a little bit of my undercoating. So, big thing yesterday, I took off today, took off tomorrow off work, so I got 2 full days to be in the garage, which is a rarity. So, we're going to hop into it, see if we can't get something done. Alrighty guys, got the floor all cleaned up, getting final prep work done on this bed. Got all the sanding done except the front here. Got my brother over here, he's able to give me a hand today, so we're gonna knock his sanding out and see if we can't get some primer on it. Moving right on along, got the bed all wiped down, ready for prime. Got the 2 fuel doors over there, everything's looking real good. So, let's see if we can get some primer laid down on this sucker. Call that one a close. Got this bed primered up. Wouldn't be me working on stuff without a little problem. Had a hiccup with the gun. I got a little bit of runs here and there, kind of some splotches, but got that lined out, got it primed, everything should be good. So no point in showing you guys the footage in the next one of block sand and stuff. We're gonna jump on some bigger things next time, so we'll see you then.